Well, right now we're in the city of Leon in Spain, and we're sitting outside of the former Roman walls, and you can see a round tower behind me that has some Roman remains in it. But it also has the back of the Gothic Cathedral of Leon. And we've come here to see not only the cathedral, which is a beautiful example of Parisian Gothic in Spain. So this is a city that, like many of those that we've seen, built on a Roman foundation, had a flourishing period during the Romanesque and pilgrimage period, and then because it's part of the Kingdom of Castile and Leon, it's kind of a royal city. So it really combines all the things that we've seen so far, starting in Paris, then along the pilgrimage trail to Santiago.
We're at the cathedral in Leon. I like the fact that this cathedral is similar to previous ones we've seen, and the themes on the portals are quite similar as well. So the way there's a layered approach to this portal, I like that. And it's a bit more detailed than previous ones I've seen. I also like the fact that there's more depth. It's not as flat as previous ones we've seen, like for instance, Saint-Foy. You could read it, but it was not as detailed as what you would find here. I'm very much coming up with a new perspective. I'm starting to understand structure a bit more, seeing how much stone is needed to hold up, for instance, a tall building like this one. It's not something I was familiar with before, and I wish I had the opportunity to see some of these buildings before to understand the masonry structure more. The fact that there's been this progression I've seen of how one piece of work was applied to a building, for instance, like the Gothic style in Saint-Denis, and then I've been seeing that the traces of that over and over in different cathedrals, and usually this similar themes. It's very eye-opening to me to see how people use precedents, which we're encouraged now to use in architecture school to continue and make better.
I'd say that the highlight of the experience for me was probably in Conques, where I've actually been now 3 times. To see a city as pilgrims would have seen it, which is, I think, how we did. We approached the lodgings that we stayed at, the morning waking up in this very rural place, with the fog half covering the valley. I think you see the historical monuments and the architecture in a way that books don't prepare you for. Right? And also in the active life of the people who actually live there, raising their goats and herding them through the streets and things like that. I think that was pretty exciting,